Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Something I just recently purchased that makes things a little less expensive is I used to lose these things all the time. I'd put them in my pants pocket thinking that they were secure. I'd pull out my keys and the card left. Just to give you an idea how much I have invested in things, these 3 batteries plus the one in the camera equals the price of one of the Nikons that I bought. It ain't cheap, boys. I was using this as a storage area for materials, like that big sheet of siding. And that meant that that wall was pretty much covered with crap. And leaves and everything else blew in behind it because for quite a long time, you remember, I didn't have a roof on the building. That was one of the last things that I put up, was the roof. So you needed the side walls up to reinforce it, because if you had the roof on and no side walls, it would probably collapse if there was any. Rack is empty except for a couple of boxes that I think will stay on there pretty well. I'm going to shove this over against the wall. This way a little bit, so I got room to get into it. Got it backwards. We got these cross braces on there, so that I want to be able to walk in between them and get things off both. I have the cross braces on this side, so I got to spin it 180. Oh, that's noisy. There. Now we got our help in place. Standing here with the wind blowing on me is always good. Now, probably should put the tall one against the wall. Okay, gotta restack everything. Time spent makes things better. I need to have the camera facing towards me, and it has a remote viewing screen. In other words, it's got a screen that flips out so you can see it in front of the camera. But if I forget to do it, it doesn't work. Yes, this is water. Because I am losing a tremendous weight. You can tell by looking at my shirt. This shirt has a history. It was purchased for a job. I was doing work instructions for Ventler down in Louisiana. And while I was down there, I had to wear an orange shirt, long sleeve. This was my first choice until I found out they had to be long sleeve. And had to wear steel-toed shoes with metatarsal guards, although I don't think they understand what a metatarsal guard is. A metatarsal guard goes over the front of your foot and goes up over your arch. They had steel-toed shoes, no metatarsal guards. It was lace up, and it was a work boot, which they gave me to wear. That was good. But when I talk about it being warm here, it's not warm. I've been warm. I worked in a foundry. Foundries are hot. Tube forming mill in Louisiana down near the ocean. Yeah, Shreveport. That's hot. Those guys have my respect. That is some work I don't ever want to do again. I don't want to go there. I don't want to see it. Now it's funny, I've been to Biloxi, Mississippi, and New Orleans. And I'm down to Houston, Texas. So I've been a little closer to the equator. But you know how they say in Arizona it's a dry heat? Not Louisiana. And they recognize that there's a problem. One of the things that they talk about in the orientation, because I had to do an orientation, I was only going to be there a month, We've got to teach somebody how to make work instructions. Now normally, I would do that teaching in a week's time and go on and do something else. I've done that for quite a few companies because I don't want to work in a factory. I don't mind teaching somebody how to do what I do. And even though they pay an exorbitant amount, almost crazy money, of course now it's just normal wages because, you know, inflation. Bidenomics. But the place was so freaking hot, I could barely stand to be there. I had an air-conditioned office because, you know, they do that for the supervisors. And I was in one of the supervisor's offices using a spare desk to write the work instructions on. And in the orientation, they always said, you know, don't get dehydrated, drink lots of water. They had cases of water bottles scattered throughout the shop. Now, I don't know if that was something new that they had just done, because a friend of mine was the plant manager there. That's how I ended up getting down there. He called up and said he wanted to have me come down and teach something. And I didn't want to go to Louisiana. So I quoted him a price that I thought was so far out of range, he'd just say, no, we can't do it. It's always dangerous doing that because he said yes. So I ended up getting on a plane flying down to Louisiana. Next to a bayou where there were live alligators. And they said, don't walk in the grass, there's snakes. Now, I don't like snakes. I respect them. I understand they have a purpose in the ecology, and they eat rats, which I don't like either, so. Enemy of my enemy is not my friend, but they can be something useful. Nothing else. They occupy each other and keep them off of me. Okay. Now I have this anchored to the wall with a screw over here, so I have to disassemble that screw assembly. Put that up so it wouldn't tip over. It's worked. I can't say it's a perfect solution. Now, these sawhorses were built with the idea of knocking pallets apart. And then I wanted to move a rack out of the way, the one that's in the far corner now. So I unloaded the rack and put everything on the sawhorses.